crazy dog. Hey, kia ora, Helen, Brahms here, coming to you live from Mesa in Arizona. I hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling start to your Serenity Sunday. Yes, it is that day of the week where we take it off, we kick back, we relax, we do some things that we enjoy, and we take care of ourselves. Because when we take care of ourselves, we are now available to take care of others and get that stuff done. But also too, we need to get that mental reboot. So taking care of ourselves by turning the computers off, putting the phones down, unplugging for a bit, spending time with family. You know, you get lost, it's very easy to get lost into the moment of family fun. Yesterday I got lost in the moment of the heat, but Zeph and I found a cool place, like bedroom. It was nice and cool in there. We got to meet one of our new neighbors yesterday. This morning we went up to the dog park, met two more neighbors, met Judy and Dick. And Dick used to be in the US Navy for a few decades. He fought in World War II. Got down to Australia, but not, who rings you when you're doing a Facebook Live? How rude. But anyway, so I think I forgot to put the Do Not Disturb on while I'm doing Facebook Lives. Note to self. But you know, it's been great. So, and even as I was, Zeph and I were walking, even though the dog park's like literally behind us, we take a long walk down the streets and around on our way back. We take the circular, the long way home. And as we're walking past one of the houses, Dick turns around and he'd actually told us where his house was, and I heard him coming up behind us in the golf cart, and he turns around and says, "Oh, have a good day," as he waves and pulls into his driveway. And he said, "This is where I am. If you ever feel bored and need somebody to talk to," he says, "come on over." And him and his wife would be happy to entertain me for the day, or I think they would more like to have somebody to talk to. But it was quite cool. So I got to meet Judy and her dog Heidi, and I got to meet Dick and his two dogs, and I can't remember their names, but they were cute little puppies. And Zeffie just sort of like wandered around the park. Nobody really wanted to play chase with her, so she was a little disappointed with it. She tried to wrestle, but it didn't quite work. Yeah, so it's been a great morning so far. We've had a nice relaxing start to the day, made some porridge, just finished that, played some cards, of course on the computer, because when I'm eating I don't want to be shuffling cards and handling cards. So plus with the fan on, it blows them around as well. So then I thought, oh, I got to do my Facebook Live this morning for Serenity Sunday. And so it's mental reboot day. So it is turn off the phones, turn off the computers, go relax, be in the moment with family and friends, take the dog for an extra long walk today, just do stuff for you, take care of you day. And I was reading in the, you know me, got to read my morning story from Chicken Soup for the Soul, Think Positive, Live Happy. Today's one's called The Bucket List. And I read it and I thought, well, this is a really cool idea. Now, I have heard of the list of doing 100 things you want to do in your lifetime, but how about 100 things you want to do in 1 year? I thought, how cool would that be? So maybe we'll start the Bucket List Club or something, or I'll have to think of a really cool, funky name for it. I've got the Funky Family Tree Detective, but I needed something for the bucket list. The Dirt Nap List, yes. Gonna work on that one. But anyway, this one's called The Bucket List. The quote that goes with it is from Zig Ziglar. I love Zig Ziglar's quotes. He was awesome. He left a great legacy with him as well too. So his quote is, "What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals." Gotta love Zig Ziglar. Okay, so this story goes, about 10 years ago, a casual conversation with a stranger changed my life. We were taking a one-day course together, and during the lunch break, 5 of us started talking about things that help us get organized. That's when a young woman told us about something she and her friends do every year. They get together and pick 100 things they want to accomplish in the next year. That number sounded daunting to the rest of us. We all looked a little skeptical, so she explained that their goals could be something as simple as eating a jawbreaker. Oh, I tried one of those once. I'll tell you that story in a minute. She told us how they all remembered liking that hard candy when they were kids, so they decided to try it again. Her review, they weren't as good as we remembered, so no one actually finished theirs. But they're well named because they really do hurt your jaw. So when I tried a jawbreaker, I was like, what the hell's in the center of one of these things? It was taking days and days and days to suck on this thing to try and diminish it. So in the end, we went to the garage, grabbed the sledgehammer and smashed it. so I could see what was inside it. I was sure there had to be some creamy center at the beginning. There was nothing. It was hard candy all the way down to the final bite. I was like, screw that. So that's my review of a jawbreaker. So yeah, I can relate to that story. So while I've never had the desire to eat a jawbreaker, her idea resonated with me and I decided to give the list a try. It took me a few days, but I came up with 25 things I wanted to accomplish. Here's a sample from that original list. Cook a dish I've never made before. That's how I learned to make a perfect omelette. Try food I've never eaten before. I finally tasted poutine. Poutine? Poutine. Helen and pronunciations. Truthfully, I'm not sure what all the hype is about. Go somewhere I've never been. She went to Rome, Italy. Dance. Go to a play or concert. Visit a museum or art gallery. Take a class. I took an intro to social media. Do something good for someone else. Volunteer for something you believe in. Over the years, my annual list has expanded to include 100 things, and the best ones are repeated every year. I go over the list every few weeks and check off the things I've accomplished. Those updates also help me to focus on the next challenge I'm going to tackle. I can say honestly that because of a chance conversation with a total stranger, I've now been to Europe. I talked about it for years but never actually went until I added it to my list. Learned to kayak and rode zero gravity with my 6-year-old grandson. This is an amusement park ride that goes really fast while spinning you upside down as well as backwards and forwards. And yes, it qualifies as doing something that scares me. And if it's anything like the ride that we did one time at King's Dominion in Virginia, my gosh, my husband and I got out of that thing and we looked at each other and we said, never again. We honestly thought our heads were going to explode. We were going upside down, roundabout, fast turns, and we were inside this big globe with a strobe light every now and again. I honestly thought my head was going to explode. It was so pounding. And then the kids got off, and we got off that, and the boys were like, can we do that again? And we're like, no, we are not doing that one again. So that was the scariest ride I've ever been on. I usually like roller coasters, but that was definitely the scariest one. Other things I've checked off my list include spending a day at the Prado Museum in Madrid, joining friends to cook at Ronald McDonald House for their Meals That Mend program, and planning a multi-generational family vacation. And in case that sounds overwhelming, I purposely pick a few simple things, such as reading a classic novel. I have reread To Kill a Mockingbird and watched a classic movie, The Wizard of Oz. I've shared this idea with others who are now creating their own annual bucket lists. It's surprising what you can accomplish if you set your mind to it and actually write it down. There's the key, write it down, not type it on a computer. Pick up pen and paper and write it down. There is something that happens in the brain when you pick up a pen and a piece of paper and you write. There's a connection that happens. It's a commitment. Typing things on a computer, yeah, your mind can go in 1,000 different directions while you're typing. And so it doesn't make that connection. But when you are writing something down with pen and paper, it tends to click better and it goes into the subconscious a little more. And where did I get up to? So actually writing it down. And developing my list is always the first item I check off because it feels good to start the year with a win. And that was written by Laurie Kemp Bosco. So that's called the bucket list, doing 100 things, writing down a list of 100 things to do in a year. And it could be something as simple as trying the taste of a jawbreaker, cooking a recipe you've never done before. I mean, there's possible things to do. People have the bucket list of things that they want to do in their lifetime. Well, how about living in the moment and doing a list for the next year, the next month? What are 5 things that you can go and do this month? 5 things. I'm trying to think, hang on. Well, if you divided 12 into 100, that's what, 9? That's 72. 92. So you could do things a month if you did, just over 9 things a month. But we're going to take it. What 5 things can you go and do this October? In the month of October, what's 5 things that you could put on a bucket list that you could accomplish in the month of October? Could it be trying a new recipe? Could it be taking a guitar lesson? Could it be doing 5 minutes of exercise a day? Could it be doing a 30-minute walk every day or 5 days a week? Could it be learning a new skill, trying something you've never tried before? Could it be walking that trail that you've always wanted to walk and haven't done yet? Could it be planning a trip to a dream destination? It may not happen this year, but we're talking about planning, not going, planning. So, learning more about a dream destination you've always wanted to go to. There's so much that you could do. So what 5 things can you come up with to do in the next, what's today, the 4th? So the next 27 days. What 5 things can you come up with to do in the next 27 days? And let's see if you can get them crossed off. I might actually start a bucket list challenge, but I have to think of what it's called. We have to come up with a name for that one and start up a Facebook group where we can go in there and we can put what our list is for the month. Maybe we'll do it month by month, like 5 things a month, because then that would give you 60 things a year. If we did 5 things a month, that's 60 a year. No, 98. So if we did 9 things a month, then that would be 98, and we just got another 2 in throughout the year. Where's my idea book? I gotta go write in my idea book now. My little brain's going. It's supposed to be Serenity Sunday. It's supposed to be quieting down. Instead, it's firing off all their synapses, and the little neurons are going like crazy in my head. They're playing ping pong, that game pong 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 pong. I feel like a pinball machine inside my head right now. And you got that thing go. Anyway, that's it from me. Go have a super fantastic sparkling Serenity Sunday. Come up with 5 things that you can get done this month that you would like to put on your bucket list. So 5 bucket list items that you can do this month in the next 27 days. What are 5 things that you can do? It could be something as simple as trying a recipe you've never tried before, trying a restaurant you've never tried before, doing an activity you've never done before. We're always challenging you every day to do things. It could be doing your own Facebook Live every day for the next 27 days. It could be doing a 30-minute walk 5 days a week. Could be your goal for the next 27 days. So come up with a list of 5 things that you're going to accomplish in the month of October. It could even be putting up your Halloween decorations if you celebrate Halloween. Question: in COVID, how are kids going to go trick-or-treating? Think about that one. Trick-or-treating with COVID, how's that going to work now? But anyway, come up with 5 things for this month that you want to accomplish. It could be taking that first guitar lesson, taking a dance lesson. It could be exploring a new walking trail. It could be taking your very first cold shower. I do cold showers often. I love cold showers. They embrace me. I had a nice cold shower this morning. I wanted to take a shower last night, but unfortunately during the day, because of the heat here and that my hose is my water connection's on the south side of the RV, the hose gets heated during the day, so I get nothing but hot water coming out my cold water tap, which is why I've got to keep containers of water in my refrigerator. But first thing in the morning when I get up in the bed, because it's cooled down overnight, I get a cold shower. Yes. Love my cold showers. They're so invigorating and embracing, and love them. And it takes me back to my days when I was in the Air Force on boot camp, and we had one part where we were up in the mountains for a week, and we were up there in the middle of winter in New Zealand, in the middle of winter. And for those of you who don't know, New Zealand does get snow, and we do have ski fields. It gets cold in New Zealand in the middle of winter, and we were up in the mountains in the middle of winter for a week, and they had us sleeping in those big green tents that the military has. We had our cots in there with our sleeping bags and stuff, and they would get us up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and us girls always had to go and take the first shower. And while we were taking the shower, the guys were having to get the furnace started to heat the water. So us girls were in there. We had 20 minutes to get, there was 14 of us, 14 girls. No, 12 girls. Well, there's 12 girls. We had to get all 12 of us through the showers, and we had 3 shower heads to use. Freezing cold water, because the water hadn't heated up. The water starts getting warm just as we get told by the corporal or the sergeant to get our butts out of there, because the guys are coming in 2 minutes. The guys always got the hot showers, except one morning. They actually let the women go second. They made the guys go in first and the women go second. So the guys got the ice cold showers one morning, but for 4 mornings in a row, us girls got the ice cold showers, while the guys went and started the furnace to heat the water up. Then they always got the nice hot showers. And for some reason, they got a little longer in the showers than we did. We had 20 minutes to get 12 of us through 3 shower heads. Yeah, it was a process. And it was freezing. If you have ever been on a mountain and when there's freezing cold water, you've got snow melts, ice forming on the rivers and all that sort of, well, they weren't forming on the rivers at that point, but it was ice cold, and you've stepped into those ice cold rivers on mountains and stuff at the beginning or end of winter, maybe in the middle of winter. Yeah, imagine having that dousing your body for a few minutes while you have a shower and you soap up everything. That was cold. But it was embracing, and that's where I learned to absolutely love cold showers. And I enjoy, especially in summertime, taking those cold showers. And sometimes in the winter, because I have the RV set up that when it hits 55 in the middle of the night in winter, that the heat kicks on. So it's just enough to take the chill off the air. But on those mornings, I will still get up when it's 55 degrees and take a cold shower. There's nothing like it. It triggers the brain. It's refreshing. It's energizing. It gets the blood pumping. It definitely wakes you up. And it's a great way to start the day. There's so many benefits of taking a cold shower. I can't remember them all. I just know that it's embracing, it's energizing, it wakes you up. You are more creative and productive throughout the day if you've had it start the day with a whole cold shower than if you start the day with a warm shower. So it's and of course, if you've got a shower with really good pressure, you kind of get that pinprick going on all over your body. So you're hitting reflex points and all that sort of stuff too. So it's a fantastic way to start the day. Love cold showers. So anyway, there are some mornings I do like my hot shower. Don't get me wrong, but more mornings than not, I like to take cold showers. And if it's been a really hot day outside and I've got no cold water coming through and I really want to shower, it's like I can't. So I'll take some of the water out of the refrigerator and do a cold bath, a sponge bath with cold water at the end of the day. So I may not get my cold shower in at the end of the day, but I do get a sponge bath in at the end of the day with cold water out of the refrigerator. So, but anyway, that's it for me. Go take care of yourselves today. Go unplug, enjoy the day. I am unplugging for the day. I'm going to go work on a list of 5 things I want to get done this month, and personal. Make them all personal, not business. You can do one for business of 5 goals you want to get done this month for business, but make your bucket list ones about things that you personally want to do. Is it something as simple as booking a haircut? I mean, look at this. This hasn't been cut since January. It's getting out of control. This is almost getting to the point where I need to trim again. Not a wise idea, but this has grown out since January. It was short. So yeah, it's getting some length to it, and it could be something as simple as going and having a haircut. So make a list of 5 things you want to do this month, 5 bucket list things, and private message me with your list. Unless you want to put them in, you can put it in the comments below if you want, or you can private message me, and I'm going to come up with an idea for a Facebook group where we can go in there and have the privacy of the Facebook group to work on our goals each month, on our personal goals each month. Anyway, have a super fantastic sparkling Serenity Sunday, and we will catch you guys later. He konera.